coming for one's intelligence can definitely feel insulting. Very, very insulting. I know there's been a lot of situations where, because I've been kind with people and amicable with people, they sort of had this assumption about me that I just didn't know anything, that I was very gullible, naive, or just simply not aware of the happenings around me, about the world around me, as though I was ignorant to it or just had turned a blind eye to it. And these people were taught real quick, like, listen, I know what's going on. And I will continue to study what's going on because I prefer to be studious in this way. I want to stay in the know. Your level of intelligence is oftentimes going to be tampered with. Of course, a lot of times unsuccessfully, because you'll show a lot of people, like, listen, I know what's going on. I know my stuff. All right. I love to learn. I love to grow my mind. And one of the biggest threats I believe a lot of people feel is the fact that they cannot infiltrate another person's mind. They cannot tamper with that person's mindset or, play with their level of intelligence. And so with you being the person that you are, I'm telling you, a lot of people will feel like your intelligence is simply unmatched. They're going to try to get at you. They're going to try to play mind games. Of course, why we've seen it. Our bosses, our family, our friends, these acquaintances, these neighbors, a lot of these people will play mind games, going into it knowing what they're trying to do, purposely trying to infiltrate our minds with garbage and nonsense and distractions. And when they see that we're not biting the bait because our level of intelligence is quite high, almost startling, in a certain type of way, these people are going to be put off. And they're going to be very aware, all right, and they're not going to really know what to do with all of this information. There's going to be people who try to come for your intelligence. They're going to try to come for your mind. They want to sabotage your brain, all right, in various ways, most of the time with distractions, with these tactics that they rehearsed, that they orchestrated, playing a lot of mind games to see if you'll wither away to nothing. A lot of times because that's what they feel inside. They don't feel like much, all right? So they want to put these mind games and play with your intelligence, right, to make you feel like how they feel. Not going to work. It's just not going to work. I mean, they may be able to come for your looks. All right. I know a lot of people did that with me. Oh, Andrea don't look right. And people will make you feel bad about how you physically appear or how you come off. All right. And it's such a weak game to play. People will come for your money, talk about your looks, talk about what you've got. But one thing they really cannot talk about with so much confidence and zest, all right, is that brilliant mind that you have. It's gonna be funny. It's real funny because your intelligence is unmatched. Your intellect, your level of intellect and knowing and intuition and discernment cannot be played with, should not. Don't try it. But of course, as we traverse through life, we're going to see many people trying it, trying multiple ways, different ways to try to get up here. All right. And because people cannot get up here, they go crazy up here themselves, right? Because it works on everybody else, but it's not working on you, right? And so they get upset. They get upset trying to do something they shouldn't even be trying to do. Rather than trying to learn from you, see how your mind works, respect you, respect your level of knowing. I mean, intelligence should be respected, right? Especially when it's coming from a humble person who doesn't trouble anybody as well. But nah, people don't play that game, okay? Your level of intelligence is probably one that is studied, right? And people will try to study you. People will try to study you to try to fashion themselves to you. They'll copy your lingo. They'll copy what you study as well, like what you physically might be into, what you physically are learning more about. People will try to fashion themselves to you by trying to get to the level of your intellect. And it's not going to be the same type of thing because they do not have your spirit. It's that spirit that intellectual person has that makes them in that intellectual type of way, that sets them apart from all the other intellects. You know what I mean? And so your level of intelligence is unmatched. What's somebody going to do out here? What are they really going to do? Right? I mean, they could try the mind games. They could try the ploys. They could try the distraction tactics. It's going to be fruitless. Instead of growing their own mind, what are they trying to do? Sabotage someone else's? It's fruitless. You only set your own self back when you try to go for someone else's head. And they will always try to go for your head, all right? Because this is where the control, ultimate control, starts, all right? And that's where it's most long standing, when people are able to get up here and mess up here, control you, make you a conformist, make you think that you're crazy. All right. This is what a lot of people are going to try to do, but because your level of intelligence is too high, all right, to where it cannot be gauged, you're going to have a lot of people tripping, and they're going to fall back. People are going to fall back because they can't match that. They cannot top that. They cannot, beat that. It's the ultimate thing. Like I said, they could go for everything else, but for your brain, they're not coming for it. It's not going to be successful. So like what I like to say all the time, keep your mind right, all right? And stay up as usual.